Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Rundown. I will be your host today, Craig DeLuz, coming at you from the West Coast, the left coast, behind the Iron Curtain, otherwise known as the Sierras. And today is not just St. Patrick's Day, but it's also Taco Tuesday.
It's raining tacos from out of the sky. Tacos, no need to ask why. Just open your mouth and close your eyes. It's raining tacos. It's raining tacos out in the street. Tacos, all you can eat. Lettuce and shells, cheese and meat. It's raining tacos. Yum, 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 yummity yum. It's like a dream. Yum, 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 yummity yum. Bring your sour cream.
That's right, folks. Today is Taco Tuesday. And sadly, though, today, I have to admit, it's unlikely I will be having tacos today unless my daughter has figured out how to make corned beef tacos. Never had a corned beef taco before. So it doesn't look like I will be enjoying tacos today on Taco Tuesday, but that does not mean that you cannot enjoy tacos on Taco Tuesday, but we're going to have a good time. Excuse me, Mike is running a little behind, but he said he has vowed that he will be here as quickly as possible. So we will obviously let him in the back end as he arrives. We're going to have a good time. I hope you folks are celebrating St. Patrick's Day. If not, let me pinch you a little bit. You got your green on. Let me pinch. There you go. All right, I got it in. As you can see, I have my festive green on. Have a fundraiser that I'm going to be going to for a friend of mine who is running for re-election with the Folsom City Council, Mrs. Anna Rohrbaugh. By the way, supported by the California Republican Assembly. Not saying, just saying. Once again, not saying, just saying. But we're going to have a good time here on The Rundown. And by the way, joining me right now, as I said he would be, our good friend, the man, the myth, the legend, more myth than legend, definitely not more man. But that would be our good friend, Mr. Mike Piwowarski. How we doing, Mikey?
Wasn't that much of a myth when you had trouble walking away the next day.
Hardy, har. Bro got jokes. Okay, so is that, okay, I see the shirt says St. Patrick. Is it black or is it green? Or does it have green on the flag? I can't see the flag. Okay, it's got green on the flag.
Wait, hold on.
There you go. I can now see it.
Keep going.
St. Patrick was Italian. So I had on a t-shirt that said, let's get schmammered. But I literally have to just as soon as the show is over today, I've got to head out to a fundraiser. So I had to change my attire so I could at least be business casual.
Are you taking part of the official refreshing beverage of Ireland?
Jameson? Yes, I am. Yes,
J-Mo
I am partaking. Got to have the J-Mo on St. Patrick's Day-o.
That's it. Exactly right.
But yeah, we're having a good time. It's, here's the thing, and this is what I will continue to say. It's like if you've talked to anyone in Ireland, St. Patrick's Day is not the same holiday that it is here in the United States, because we take whatever people bring to America, we make it better. Like Taco Tuesday, like tacos, I'm sorry, American tacos kill Mexican tacos. I'm sorry, but they do. Mexican American tacos are much better than Mexican tacos. No, you don't think so?
Are you really comparing like Taco Bell to a good Mexican street taco?
I'm not comparing. No, I'm saying the American version of a street taco. The difference between that and Mexican.
Sure. No, I get that. Yeah. But between a Mexican street taco and an American version of Mexican street taco, of course it's better because here they wash their hands.
Well, I just think everything that's been brought here, we make better. Like I said, St. Patrick's Day really isn't as big of a thing in Ireland as it is. I mean, here, St. Patrick's Day is green beer and J-Mo all day. I still remember in college, it started. St. Patrick's Day started at 6 a.m.
St. Patrick's Day for us used to start the day after Valentine's Day. That's it's more of a season than anything else.
St. Patrick's season, kind of like Oktoberfest, huh?
Exactly.
For the spring.
I believe. Listen, when you go back to Europe, and I've been to Europe many times. Was lived there for a while. Their drinking is in the open and it's all day long. It's have some wine, have some beer. It doesn't matter what it is. You're having, high level up, functions with it at dinner with the boss at the lunchtime, whatever. Here, we hide the drinking. We hide the drinking and wait till special occasions. So I think that's a big difference. Is there the drinking is just kind of natural. Like might have a glass of wine at breakfast or at lunch, or and just move into it. Here, it's drinking's bad. It's bad for you. We're gonna have this. We're gonna have that. So you got to hide it, and then people binge drink because they don't get to drink the rest of the time. And it's just little cultural differences. And they're drinking there at 12 in Europe.
Yeah, we kind of have to get it all in during a specific period of time. I hear you, man. I hear you. But you know what? I take full advantage of what I can when I can.
Oh, I'm not saying I don't. Don't get me wrong. Yeah.
he's like, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, listen, I've been up 3 hours longer than you, so I'm barely upright.
There you go. You are 3 hours ahead, which means you are handling your business.
Yeah, I gave myself a haircut today. That's
what happened? How'd that happen?
I had too much JMO.
Too much JMO. Got that.
You drink enough of this, you think I can give myself a haircut? I can fight that cop. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, no, I don't know that I've ever had that much to consume. I don't know that I've ever consumed that much. God, that would be a little spooky.
JMO will make you want to go to a wedding and get in a fight. That's what it does.
Will it?
Oh yeah, it's that's the Irish part of it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I ain't been there, so
yeah.
Nah, I'm not a fighting person when I drink. I get more. I love you, man.
Oh no, yeah, I'm not a fighting person either, but something about the JMO.
Something about the JMO. Okay. Well, just remember. Okay, so maybe it's okay to start the evening on JMO. Just don't end the evening on JMO. How about that? Is that a safe rule?
Do whatever you want.
There you go. There you go. All right. Well, speaking of starting, let's go ahead and start the program, and let's do it the way we usually do, with a quick shout out to our sponsors.
Yeah, let's say hi to our good friends at Hitman Industries. That's hitmanindustries.net. Get yourself some AR barrels there. They got rifle caliber, pistol caliber, any length you desire for your next AR build or rebarrel your current AR platform. That's hitmanindustries.net. California Republican Assembly, fighting the good fight behind enemy lines. Now you can take part in California's future today. If you want the best in tactical concealed holsters, get on over to hogholsters.com. That's HAWG, hogholsters.com. Use the discount code The Rundown. That's all one word, no spaces, all caps. Get yourself a nice little discount. And if you want the best in field gear, tactical gear, web gear, law enforcement gear, St. Patrick's Day gear, fire gear, whatever it may be, get on over to uscombatgear.com, where you get everything except the gun.
All right, folks, these are our sponsors. They bring us to you so that we can bring you to them. Do them a favor. Do us a favor. Do yourselves a favor. Visit their websites. Go there. Check them out. Spend some money with them. And let them know that it was the guys over at The Rundown that sent you. Also want to encourage. Say it again.
One special note.
Yes.
All of them. Hitman, California Public Assembly, Hog Holsters, U.S. Combat Gear, every one of them, Irish.
Every single one, Irish.
Yeah. Today, anyway.
You should know this. You should know this.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm Irish. I always say, as I like to say, I'm Black Irish.
You are. We call that Blyrish.
Yeah. He's Blyrish. He is.
He's Blyrish.
Anyway, by the way, folks, if you're watching this program 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern during those hours, then you are watching this program live, which means we're taking your comments. We would love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what you have to say, what you think about the program, what you think about our topic, even if you disagree with us. We're cool with that because that just gives us an opportunity to mock you.
Oh, wow. Is that a mockingbird?
Isn't that a mockingbird? Isn't that a mockingbird?
Yep. Thought there be how it be.
That mockingbird, Irish. It's actually O Mocking.
Oh, mocking. It is an oh mockingbird.
Oh, mockingbird.
Ah, well, you're teaching me something new every day.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got a bunch of stuff sitting right out in front of my house. It's all Irish.
A bunch of stuff.
Sits right in front of the house, right on the out front. It's
Called
patio furniture.
patio furniture. Oh, well, there you go. There you go. I thought you were just going to say a bunch of stuff.
No, but patio furniture.
Patio furniture.
Nice to meet you, laddie.
Nice to meet you, laddie. My name is Patio Furniture.
I live on the porch.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Need a little bit more JMO. It'll make those jokes a little funnier. All right, let's get into today's story. The first story here is about another holiday, which is one of the reasons why it's leading, but it's also leading because, well, let's just say that liberal left-wing heroes are falling right and left. You might be familiar. There's a big movement right now providing a lot of correction and information about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and some of his more Marxist leanings. But this one in particular is a lot darker. And when I say a lot darker, I mean there have been a wave of events that are normally Cesar Chavez events that have been either canceled or his name has been pulled off of. That's how serious and how believed that a number of these allegations about him are. In fact, as the New York and California Post is reporting, a wave of Cesar Chavez events pulled as troubling allegations made against the civil rights leader. Now, mind you, these are events that are being pulled, many of them by the United Farm Workers. It says here, a wave of events honoring Cesar Chavez have been pulled amid troubling allegations made against the civil rights leader. The United Farm Workers Union said in a statement on Tuesday, it will halt celebrations after learning of, quote, profoundly shocking allegations against one of the union's Chicano founders. The union pointed out claims have been made that Chavez, quote, behaved in ways that are incompatible with our organization's values. Quote, some of the reports are family issues and not our story to tell or our place to comment on, it read. Far more troubling are allegations involving abuse of young women or minors. Those allegations include that, quote, very young women or girls may have been victimized by its founder. The statement pointed out that the union itself, quote, have not received any direct reports, and we do not have any firsthand knowledge of these allegations. However, the allegations are serious enough that we feel compelled to take urgent steps to learn more and provide space for people who may have been victimized to find support and share their stories if that is what they choose. The statement went on to point out that in response, the union, quote, will not be taking part in any Cesar Chavez Day activities planned across the country. Instead, the group encouraged their supporters and allies to participate in immigration justice events and acts of service to support farm workers or empower vulnerable people in their communities. Mike, a lot of people are not aware of, like, really the kind of close ties that the Marxist movement and unions have, and then the significant role that Marxism and Marxist ideologies played in the quote unquote sexual revolution, which was a lot about tearing down norms relating to sex, including those relating to age.
Yes, age. You threw that in there at the end. Thank you. Left that for me. Listen, whether it's Cesar Chavez, whether it's as you mentioned prior, MLK, I find it hard to believe that there's anybody out there, Craig, that did not reach that extreme level of success in whatever their endeavor was without at some point along the way having to make a deal with the devil, so to speak, whether that be crossing, their own morals and ethical values, or just, making a deal and watching somebody else suffer. I think there's very few out there that have not had to do that. And I think, Craig, many of them as well, once they've done that, then they try even harder, to succeed because they're trying to make up for their bad deed. But, so when I see people, start bringing up, oh, MLK did this or Chavez did this, you know what? Everybody's got a past. What are they doing now? Let's move forward. And nobody cares. I ain't got time for that.
Well, yeah. I mean, for the most part, once again, allegations are allegations, and
right. We're talking, like criminal, like you said, with age criminal victims kind of thing. That's
those are the accusations, the specific ones I think that they were talking about that have caused the rift and the challenges there with him. But in the era of everyone on the left and even some on the what I call the horseshoe right, referring to trying to call Donald Trump a defender of pedophiles, I'm like, it's I don't want to say, and rewarding is not the term. It is justice, not just. I don't even want to say justice. It's interesting to see one of their political idols kind of brought down a peg or two by such accusations.
It is, and I'm not trying to defend the individual or the individual act. I'm trying to attack the culture of attacking people.
Right.
That's it doesn't matter to me left or right. How long are we talking? Now all of a sudden you want to rewrite history. You want to, next thing you know, we'll be tearing down statues, Craig,
right.
if we keep this up.
Oh no, I don't disagree, but I would say that they have probably been rewriting history the entire time, and it's just now coming out is more than likely what happened. But you're right. I think the other thing is that depending on who the leader is, you have to realize that people are human, and there are people who do stuff that is horrific. That doesn't mean that is all that who they are. Especially if primarily if we're only talking allegations.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
People got mad at Donald Trump because he said that Hitler was brilliant. Well, guess what? Hitler was an evil man, and he was brilliant because he convinced an entire peoples to follow him into his evilness.
Yeah, it's good. He killed 6 million Jews, another 2 million gypsies and Poles. But I also heard he liked dogs. So how do you balance that out?
Well, I don't put them on the same level.
No, neither do I. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. Exactly. But one does not negate the other is the point.
Right.
That's
absolutely.
all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just interesting to watch the left kind of backpedal when it comes to, once again, one of their heroes. Basically, I don't know. Maybe they found him in the Epstein files. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, it could be it. Maybe because every time they go after Trump, he gets stronger. It's like we said, like throwing cans of spinach at Popeye. Maybe they decided to go after their own. Maybe they're doing the George Costanza thing. Listen, everything we're doing is wrong, so let's just do the opposite from now on. So now they're attacking their own. Let's see how it works out for them.
Yeah. Let's see how it works out. And speaking of attacking one of your own, the director of U.S. counterterrorism has resigned. And he resigned. This is a guy named Joe Kent. Joe Kent, back in the day, he was a former candidate for Congress in the state of Washington. He would like to probably describe himself as ultra MAGA. He's also very, very protectionist. He has been committed when it comes to defending the United States and defending America against the threat of Islam, but of Islamic extremism. Let me be clear, Islamic extremism. But he resigned, basically saying that he doesn't support the war, and he believes that Israel was the one who got us involved in the war, and we did so at the pressure of Israel, and he doesn't believe that we had real reason to be there. And Here's a video of Donald Trump kind of responding to his resignation.
Well, I read his statement. I always thought he was a nice guy, but I always thought he was weak on security, very weak on security. I didn't know him well, but I thought he seemed like a pretty nice guy. But when I read his statement, I realized that it's a good thing that he's out, because he said that Iran was not a threat. Iran was a threat. Every country realized what a threat Iran was. The question is whether or not they wanted to do something about it. And many people, many of the greatest military scholars are saying for years that president should have taken out Iran because they wanted a nuclear weapon. They were, if we didn't do the attack, or if, I'll go a step further, if I didn't terminate the Iran nuclear deal given to us, one of the worst deals ever made by Barack Hussein Obama. Remember when they sent Boeing 757s over there, loaded with cash, hundreds of millions of dollars? You would have been very happy. This was a wonderful. They said.
So now the interesting thing about this letter that he wrote was where he did say that he did not believe that they were an imminent threat. The funny part is that he didn't always believe that they weren't an imminent threat, but at the same time, he is being somewhat consistent in that he did not support the idea of getting into a military entanglement with Iran. This is him on the Tucker Carlson show. I think this was a couple of years ago.
Let me just ask you one last question, because he called it 60 years ago. You referred to what a war with Iran would do to the United States, and I don't know that a lot of people in this country fully understand what Iran is as a nation state. It's not Afghanistan. What do you think the immediate and then longer term effects of a war with Iran would be on the United States?
Immediately, it would be very bloody. I have no doubt that we could probably defeat some of their air defense and go in there and have another shock and awe campaign. But again, like we saw how the shock and awe campaign in Iraq really didn't actually work in the long run. So I have no doubt that we'd have some immediate results that people would cheer about here in the United States. But Iran, Persia, has always been an empire. It's been around longer than any of the other players in the modern Middle East right now, and they are not going anywhere. And right now, Iran has a lot of internal problem. They have a lot of internal strife with the Ayatollah and that government that's only been in power since 1979. But again, if we start conducting strikes in Iran, everyone in Iran will rally around their leader, and they will become even more revolutionary. And then we will have Iranian proxies throughout the entire region that will be conducting attacks just like we had in Jordan. And really, in the long term, Tucker, the axis that has been built really since Putin invaded Russia, and we decided that since Putin invaded Ukraine, and we decided we were going to throw this massive sanctions package at them, China has come in as a major player, and we are deeply compromised by China. They control a lot of our economy. They control global manufacturing. They're deeply embedded in Wall Street, and they've also made deals with the Iranians. They want access to Iranian petro, not to mention the fact that Biden killed off U.S. energy independence, and now he's going after LNG, and the world's biggest LNG exporters are Iran, Russia, and Qatar. So this axis would become...
So as you can see, like this, he didn't like the idea of being engaged with Iran. This was 2 years ago. This was before Trump got reelected. This is just consistent with what dude believes. It's not that he believes that they weren't a threat. It's that he never he's he's kind of the America only, not necessarily America first.
So first off, his threat assessments there and his analysis was all over the place.
I completely agree with you.
And not very accurate at much. Now, listen, he probably has a very good tactical understanding of the things that got on. The guy's a retired Green Beret, multiple deployments. I also know that his wife was killed in Syria by terrorists back in 2019, I think it was. So everything after that is probably, got a little bit more insight on it, or a little less insight and more feeling to it than you'd normally have. Not that makes him a bad analyst, just that he's got that in his past, understand that. Craig, but what I also get from him, though, is I get a touch of anti-Semitism from him. And I think that's the issue that we're seeing what's going on now, because Trump has partnered up with Israel and using them as they always have been our strongest ally in the region. But now all of a sudden, this guy can't deal with that. There's the old joke, is this guy a pilot too, Craig? Because this is not an airport. You don't need to announce your departure. All right, what's the big deal? Well, if you want to go, you need to quit because you need to feel better about yourself. Then you quit and you'll go feel better about yourself. If you really feel bad about what you're doing, why don't you give back some of them paychecks the last couple of months? That way you don't have that blood money in your bank account. You'll probably sleep a lot better that way. All right, just if you're done, quit, go home, go somewhere else, get another job, move on.
I do not disagree, because the reality is we're in it. I mean, the reality is we're in it, and to undermine the effort, well, then all you're doing is you're doing exactly what the Ayatollah wants you to do.
Yep.
You are
Yeah.
benefiting the enemy. But the funny part is you looking at this, and well, once again, one of the other areas where his analysis is completely off is I don't see the people of Iran coming out and supporting the Ayatollahs in particular, because I think in this particular case, the timing with their economy crashing, with the value of their currency just cratering.
Yeah.
This was, if there was ever an opportune time to do this, where there's an opportunity for minimal casualties, this was it.
Yeah, and listen, the difference here, and I'll give you and like I told you, he's got more of a tactical experience on the ground. The difference between tactical and strategic experience here, and you've seen this, and not to get it too far in the weeds. When we did it on Iraq, when Clinton bombed, Bosnia, back in the day, Croatia, when Obama used missiles, when Reagan used missiles against Libya, all right, it was limited engagement. It was shock and awe. We did it for 100 hours, 3 days, whatever it was. Listen, Trump is bombing Iran in such a method that if they're lucky, they'll be able to plant corn at the end of this. That's all that's going to be left for them asset wise. They're going to have nothing left. All right. You don't need to put a huge amount of boots on the ground if there's nothing left to have the boots check. Okay. It's just
and mind you, when we talk about nothing left, we're talking specifically military assets, because that's how strategic they are being. That's how limited their attacks are when it comes to. So they're not hitting. If they're hitting civilian targets, it's an accident. It's not. They're not intentionally going after civilian targets.
A lot of the industrial targets, they may not be making missiles and bullets, but they're making tires, but blowing it up. They're making car engines, blowing it up. You're taking away their ability to make war. We're leaving schools, we're leaving hospitals, we're leaving civilian structures. But anything else that can turn anything that could either turn into money or turn into product that could be used by the military, they're flattening. They're flattening. They're taking away their ability to be aggressive and make war. Hey, you want to attack us? Get on your camel and bring a rock, because that's the only thing you're going to have left. All right.
That's the only thing you're going to have left.
Yeah, we'll leave those alone. So there's a big difference, and he described an imminent threat, or he said an immediate threat. Well, I think he's misunderstood the difference between immediate and imminent. Okay, immediate means it's happening today. That's what he said in his letter. We all know, and I know, it's an imminent threat. It may not happen today, but it's going to happen. How do we know it's going to happen? Because they've done it to their neighbors. By the way, they've done it to other Muslim countries and Israel. They just may not be doing it today. They might be doing it next week. They're looking for that opportunity. And I don't even want to get into the whole the strategical tactics and chess games of why we attacked them on that day. We'll be here another hour.
Well, there you go. Exactly. And by the way, talking about being strategic, I love this headline over there at the Washington Free Beacon, where they talk about another one bites the dust. Israel eliminates Iranian regime security chief and de facto leader Ali Larijani. There's the dude. That's him right there. He's the guy we've been seeing on TV. It says here, Israeli forces killed the Iranian regime security chief and de facto leader Ali Larijani in a Tuesday morning airstrike that has the potential to foment greater chaos within the Islamic Republic's remaining leadership. The IDF announced that Larijani was killed through a precise strike on his location near Tehran. Quote, his elimination adds to the elimination of dozens of senior commanders and leaders of the Iranian terror regime who are eliminated by the IDF during the Operation Roaring Lion, and constitutes a further blow to the Iranian regime's ability to manage and coordinate hostile activity against the state of Israel, the IDF wrote in a statement. That's the dude right there. It's funny because you just saw him. He was on TV. He came out during their Jerusalem day and decided he was going to kind of do a little bit of a walkabout to kind of show a force, like, hey, we're not scared. Well, guess what? Dude should have been scared.
He should have been scared. Yep. Yeah, you're exactly right there. Because now he DRT, baby. He dead right there.
Look, here's the thing. Here's the thing, folks. Hey, if you get deemed the leader of Iran, here's what you do. I surrender. I surrender. Look, what do you want? Unconditional surrender. What do you want?
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
It ain't hard, folks.
Yep.
It ain't hard to figure out. Look, what gets me is how the left is acting like they're outsmarting us. Like they're winning this war. They're not even close. The people who were making the decisions 2 weeks ago are no longer alive to make decisions. The people who were making decisions a week ago are no longer alive to make decisions. Do you know why, Mike? Because they refuse to say, I surrender.
Yep. They're now DRT. There you go.
Right. I don't know. I don't know what people are looking for. I don't know what people are asking for. To act like, they started off on day one, they launched 350 missiles and something like 800 drones. Now they're launching maybe less than, a dozen a day of each.
Yeah.
It's literally, they've got almost nothing left. And by the way, their ability to make new missiles, their ability to make new drones, kablooey.
Yep.
And because we're not necessarily, I take it back. Because we're not nation building, I don't see necessarily a need for a lot of boots on the ground. But I know we do seek regime change, but we're only doing regime change to the degree that we can find out where the new regime leader is, and if we don't like him, we can drop a bomb on him.
Yeah, there's not too many buildings left he could be hiding in, so
No. Show your face. You're gonna get in trouble.
Yep.
Just when the first message out needs to be, we surrender.
Yes, exactly.
Anyway, and by the way, now is also a very good time for the Iranian people to kind of step up and be like, you know what? Maybe we should. We need to be trying to arm the Iranian people so that they can take their government back. And his whole thing about people rallying around the leader. If there were a leader who were a secular leader, I really don't believe that they're going to fall behind the Ayatollahs anymore. I really do believe that their next leader is going to be secular. And when I say that, I believe, number one, because the people are going to demand it. Number two, because every single one of the Ayatollahs that steps up as the leader, as a religious leader, is going to get bombed by Trump and Netanyahu.
Yeah, I don't think we need to worry about arming the people there, Craig. There's plenty of AKs laying on the ground right now.
Okay, but you would know better than I would.
Yeah.
You've been there. I haven't. Anyway, by the way, speaking of armed, I know this story's a little old, but they just released the footage of what happened. So Jasmine Crockett, ghetto girl from Texas who was running for Senate and got blown out by a what how would I like to refer to him? A blasphemer, fake Christian. I think that's an appropriate way to refer to him. Anyway, a member of her security team actually got killed in a shootout with Dallas police. Now, this dude was pretending. He was basically under investigation for being pretending to be a police officer. He was actually driving a car that was masquerading as a undercover police cruiser. Well, police caught up with him and they started to follow him, and they cornered him in a parking garage. And the following video is what ensued.
Hey, stop the car! Stop the car! Move your car! Move your car! Stop! Stop! Go!
Wait, I don't think he knows that.
All right, come on. Yeah. Hey, Sarge, you roll through this light on us. We're continuing on. We'll stop when you want us to. We're back by the state.
I'll keep my lights on.
By the station. He's just rolling through these lights on us. If his hand goes down, I'm sitting in this room. Yep. I need to know if he's got that gun on him.
So he's in that car right there that's on the right with the door open.
We don't want anybody to be hurt. It ain't working. I know you're on. I got it. All I want you to do is hey, when you exit the car, let it fall. Don't reach for it. Don't do anything. And nothing will happen. Just keep your hands up.
Anything other than stand up, I'm standing this round.
You ready? What's your first name, man? Mike? Okay, Mike. Come on, get out. Get out. Keep your hands up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Put your hands up. Don't reach. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Bam, there's a gun. Yeah, and they show it from multiple different angles, but I gotta wonder if this was he just decided he was gonna do suicide by cop.
Did you recognize when they were first trying to stop him and then he rolled through before they got to the parking garage? You recognize where that was?
Did not.
That was Dealey Plaza.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go. You know, all I have to say is that does it surprise me that Jasmine Crockett was employing unsavory characters? No.
What did he have on her that he was still part of the team?
Well, I don't know. Well, yeah. Well, there is that. There could very well easily be that. But I just think, man, birds of a feather.
Yep. Birds
of a feather, and you know when you act the way she acts, when you decide you want to be get out, I'm like this. I always go back. I always go back to like Tupac, right? Now, I'm not even sitting here telling you that I knew Tupac, but I know where Tupac grew up. Tupac was not ghetto. Tupac was not a thug. He decided that when he got into the rap game, he wanted to be a thug, and he had thug life on his thing. And you know what? He chose to live a thug life, and he died a thug death. Jasmine Crockett is not ghetto, was not raised ghetto, but decided she wanted to try and be ghetto and give a ghetto persona to some of her social media followers and to some of her Democratic colleagues. And you see the type of people that she wound up hanging out with as a result.
Remember how we talked about earlier? If you want to be successful, you've got to make some deals with the devil. Well, I think she's clearly one of those people.
Well, I don't believe you have to make deals with the devil. I believe if you want to take shortcuts,
correct,
you got to make a deal with the devil.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said one of those, not all of those. Yeah.
Okay. There we go. We go.
Now, listen. Before we get into parting shots, I just want to point out to everybody listening, I sent Craig a really good story today out of Florida that he didn't want to air. So,
because I already had the stories all put together.
I'm just saying, a really good story out of Florida.
I tell you what. Here's what we'll do. Instead of parting shots, because this no. I want to do it because you're right. It's actually a very good story. And to be honest, the parting shots today aren't the best. To be honest with you, to Florida, and I know Mike is actually celebrating. But there was a story that is out. It says a Florida bill against marrying your first cousin fails.
Listen, let's read. That's how free Florida is.
That's how free Florida is. There you go. And we wonder why there's such a thing as Florida man. But I digress. Florida is one of 18 states where marrying your first cousin is legal. A fact that surprises many residents and has sparked questions about why the practice remains permissible. West Virginia, which is often joked about for cousin marriages, banned the practice in 1955, but Florida has yet to follow suit. If Florida lawmakers had passed House Bill 733, cousin marriages would have been banned, but the bill did not pass. Doug Schmidt of Cape Coral commented, "It's pretty unusual. They would have to still They would have that still in the state. It should have been banned many years ago. Quote, historically, notable figures such as Albert Einstein and President Franklin Roosevelt married their cousins. Schmidt from Punta Gorda humorously remarked, it makes for a nearly small wedding party. Now, Mike, I don't, I know your wife. I don't know. I mean, are y'all kissing cousins? What? Just asking.
The benefit is if you marry your cousin and you get divorced, you're still family.
You're still family.
You're still.
Well, it's funny. So in Fiji or in Tavuni, they don't necessarily marry first cousins, but cousins do marry. Because I mean,
like that. Yeah.
Yeah. It is not an unknown thing, but I was like, wow, Florida is one of the largest states in the country, and it's still legal to marry your first cousin.
What's the old joke? What is it? Wow, she's hot, dude. Isn't that your first cousin? No, bro. I've had like 6 or 7 before her.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay. I have no idea. I have no idea what to do with that. I really don't.
It just shows you how free Florida is. That's all. That's the point here.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's continue along with our parting shots. This next one is going to come to you from San Francisco. San Francisco celebrates St. Patrick's Day by adding green dye to sidewalk poop.
Now, let's be clear. Some of them were green to start with.
Well, yeah, they were kind of getting there. They were kind of getting a little moldy.
That's what vegan poop looks like. It's so green.
There you go. And then this last one is there's 9 clear signs the Ayatollah is gay. Let's see. Number 1, those fabulous long flowing robes. Okay. He has a surprising number of decorative pillows in his secret underground bunker.
They love pillows.
They do. Was caught last year snuggling with another mullah on the Jumbotron at a Coldplay concert. Ooh,
yeah, we know Coldplay's gay, so
there you go. His favorite Olympic event is figure skating.
Yeah.
Carries a pink Quran.
Yep.
He has secretly been lobbying for closed-door summit with Lindsey Graham. Ooh, ouch. Oh,
shot in South Carolina right there.
There you go. Ordered the call to prayer to be followed by YMCA.
I mean, it's catchy. It brings in the youths.
Ask for an all volleyball scene from cut from Top Gun.
Yeah, a little controversial. Yeah.
Has more than one beard. Anyway. Yeah. Nah. Anyway. Funny stuff from the Babylon Bee. Folks, if you don't subscribe to Babylon Bee, you need to. Even if you never, I never read one of their articles. I literally just want to pay them to keep creating those headlines.
Keep making the titles, baby.
Yes, they crack me up. Although the one thing I did want to note, was it just me or is it kind of weird that you had, I don't think Lindsey Graham is married. And at the same time, Tim Scott is just now getting married. Was it kind of weird to have two, like, I don't want to say middle-aged because neither one of them is really middle-aged anymore, but older, single, never married senators from the same southern state?
To me, that just says South Carolina is the land of players.
Okay. Yeah, let's go with that.
I think that's on their license plate. I think that's,
the
Virginia
land of players.
It says Virginia is for lovers and South Carolina is for players.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Dude. Anyway. All right, folks, that brings us to the end of our program. But before we go, we're going to do one more quick shout out to our sponsors.
Yeah, Hitman Industries, hitmanindustries.net. Get on over there, get you some AR barrels. They've got plenty of other kind of rifle barrels, pistol barrels, shotgun barrels, whatever you may need. That's hitmanindustries.net. California Republican Assembly, fighting a good fight behind enemy lines. Now you can take part in California's future today. And if you want the best in field gear, tactical gear, web gear, law enforcement gear, security, fire, EMS, whatever it may be, get your group together, get your agency together. Place an order at uscombatgear.com where you can get everything except the gun.
Once again, folks, please take a moment and visit our sponsors. They bring us to you so we can bring you to them. Do us a favor, do them a favor, do yourselves a favor. Visit them now. Tell them it was the guys over at the Rundown that sent you. And we got another one in the books, man. We are out for today. I'm going to go to a St. Patrick's Day political fundraiser, and then I'm going to come home and I'm going to have some JMO, some Irish car bombs, and some corned beef and cabbage with the family.
Oh, are you making it at the house? Does it smell like farts there?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Just like cabbage farts.
Oh, boy. Woo.
I love me some corned beef and cabbage. Still, my favorite dish, though, is Irish dish, is shepherd's pie.
Yeah. I love walking into the house and you're like, oh my God, what's that smell? I'm making cabbage. Oh, okay, I can breathe again.
Okay, I can breathe again. All right. Let's say, honey, you need something.
Somebody had some bad Chinese food or something. You know?
Woo! Okay. Yeah. All right, folks. Hey, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you liking and sharing the program and encouraging your friends to do the same. We will be back mañana on Hump Day. Peace out.